Don't know. I try to go live. Let's try.
How's your feet? How's my feet?
Now become smaller your feet. Okay. Just need to drag it back again.
But your image just freezes, man. I don't know why.
Okay. Let's go. Okay. Hello. Welcome to United Kopitiam. Yeah. If our connection has a problem, just let us know. So if you're watching this, so please be a lamp and help us to grow our little channel. Subscribe and like our page on Facebook, and also subscribe to YouTube. Yeah, I look fine on YouTube itself. So let's go. So our first topic of the day. Today we're going to talk about Lukaku, our favorite player. Lukaku one's out, our favorite player. One's out, our favorite player. So yeah, that's the news about Lukaku. So we look at the past few days. Lukaku, after the Belgium game, which he scored 2 goals, has said in the interview that Antonio Conte is the best manager in the world, which is it's not the case. We have Pep, we have Klopp right in front of him, we have Zidane right in front of him. So yeah, that is a case of bootlicking. That's also show very much that he wants to go into Milan, he wants to join Antonio Conte, and that's also show that this deal has been there for a long time. He's just now trying to get it over the line, trying to agree to a fee in which Inter Milan wants to pay about 50 million and Man U want about 70 million. So it just depends on whether Man U want to make a loss. And according to the report today from Gazzetta dello Sport, that a deal has already been struck between the players. It's just waiting for the clubs to finalize all the deals. So I definitely see this deal happening. I definitely see Lukaku doesn't want to stay, wants to go to Inter Milan. And 3 months ago he has been talking about one of the international game. He has been talking about he's talking about Italian football, that he loves Italian football. It's one of the places that he wants to be again. So you can see how long this deal has already been planned, right? It's already been 3 months and it's still not over the line. The question is, what do you think about this deal? What do you think about Lukaku himself? Do you see any future? Let's say, if he wants to say, do you see any future of him in our Manchester United team?
Okay, before the end of the season, Ole gave him an assurance that he's going to be part of the team next season if he wants to stay. So Ole is trying to really give him something to work on, something to think about, something to focus on. It's like an opportunity or a chance for him to improve and prove his worth. But knowing such a player like Lukaku, when he was in Chelsea and then he asked for a loan move to Everton, that's actually the time where he wants to play in his own terms. So you can see the attitude that he's having by talking about Italian football like 3 months prior to the end of the season. Signals that okay, if I want to go out, I really want to go out on my terms. And then for me personally, given the way that he plays, getting goals in open plays, you can see some of his goals are not some of his goals this season. It's a mixed bag,
Yeah, there's not a lot of them.
Bag of fortunate touches, and also his individual brilliance. But we don't get consistently this season, given the price tag that we pay for his signature. We wanted more of his goals when he was playing with Everton. The style of coaches, goal, and at the same time individual brilliance with his physicality. So when he talks about Italian football, I don't know whether he gives a hint that he wants to really play all the time. If you notice that in the Italian leagues, when you have signature or marquee forwards, clubs don't simply drop them because they want to see the value of the money that they pay. So when you look at Italian clubs, they always are that the value. Uh, it happens way. It's like a culture there, It's like a culture there. When you have a marquee signing, even if you're playing badly, you can always start because you are a marquee signing. It's the attitude that he's having. If you want me, that means you really need to play me, good or bad. So when you talk about next season, Ole did talk about giving him opportunity if he wants to be at the club. So now that he talks about now that the reports that like the one that you shared, the report stating that personal terms has been agreed, and then we look like we will be at loss, like Man United will be at loss, uh, because we paid him like big money at the transfer. But for me, it creates another opportunity where Ole can really build his squad in terms of call that in terms of creating more creativity, especially in the attacking front for the forwards. When you talk about Lukaku, that's not much creativity, like in terms of getting the ball into the box and also trying to create a play whenever we are in the opposition side. You can see a couple of games Lukaku just not in the game at all. So when we look at the last game against Cardiff, we played who was it, Greenwood, right? So that's the kind of movement in open play that we want. That kind of
The Oli ones.
yeah. The kind of movement, that kind of not just the physically but the pace where the attack comes in the opposition. So that's when youth comes in. So if Lukaku hinted that he wants to move and there's an agreement already on the table with Inter Milan, so why not? And if it talks about Antonio Conte being in Inter Milan, right? And yes, if you look at the style of play Antonio Conte plays, he likes to have that target man. He likes to have that target man and just build his target man around attacking players, be it what call that attacking be it attacking wingers and also attacking right backs and left backs. So that's the style of play that Lukaku is trying to get. He gets a lot of supplies, not just from the middle of the park, but also from far wide and from behind. So he's like the target man there.
Yeah,
So that's the kind of attitude he's having.
The thing with Lukaku, it's he's more of a target man and also a poacher, meaning that he cannot pass this to anyone because the definition of a target man is he get the ball, he holds the ball and he passes it out.
He has very bad first touch. So
Yeah. So he doesn't contribute to the build-up of the game, which that's why when Belgium plays, they really send it to the wings, and the wings, who are the wings? Hazard, So and Kevin De Bruyne is also there. So they actually gave him a very, very good, and Thomas Meunier is also there. So people who can cross the ball, people who are attacking, who can actually give him the goals. But the problem is that there is not a very fluid build-up play because then Lukaku is just one man out. So you don't build up the play with Lukaku. That's not how Oli plays. So that's why I say when people are backing up Lukaku and say give him a chance. The thing is he just doesn't suit the attacking play of Manchester United under Oli. That's why I don't even see him being able to play for Liverpool, being able to play for under Pep in the Manchester United City team because they also do not play the way that Lukaku demands. There's only one way to play with Lukaku, and it's Fellaini way, which is also Lukaku way. Antonio Conte, a defensive manager as you see in Chelsea, Jose Mourinho, a defensive manager. So that's why he suits the defensive play, and he just try to nick a goal here and there, before the crosses coming. The thing is, I do not know. I do not know whether to call this a major mistakes by Ed Woodward for not getting Evan Perisic in that season, who could provide Lukaku with a lot of assists.
That's one or two key signings that Mourinho didn't get. So that's why he can't really play Lukaku to his utmost potential. So that's what I saw lah.
Yeah. So So that's the thing with without Ivan Perisic though. Jose Mourinho just throw in the towel and say, and not only we don't have Ivan Perisic, we also do not have a centre back. Well, we get Eric Bailly for him, we get Lindelof for him. So I understand Woodward does not want to get another CB for him. So you have already 2 CB. Why aren't you using it? I gave you 2. So as much as this is the Woodward problem, it's also Jose Mourinho problem for not being to identify the player to bring in. I mean, he wants Jerome Boateng, but the good thing about Woodward is he does listen to the scout, and he does actually do not want to bring in very, very old players. We brought in Schweinsteiger, done. We bring Di Maria, done. Sanchez is another Jose Mourinho signing. So I hope in order to back up at Woodward, I mean, at the moment we're talking about backing him up because these are the players that Jose Mourinho wants, and he actually given it to him, but he did not make use of them, and he kept demanding old players. So I think that's one of the reasons why Ed Woodward do not want to give him the player last season. Hopefully that is the reason, we do not know. But coming back to this season, we see a lot of players being linked. Bale being linked, the older players. James Rodriguez also being linked, but we don't see a lot of movement there. And I think the latest news is that we do not want to talk about Gareth Bale. Manchester United doesn't want to talk about Gareth Bale. Do not want him in, whether it's by loan, whether it's by sale. So the thing is, I think Ed Woodward does not want old players. Just that Jose Mourinho asked for them last time, and it hadn't worked out. And now that he has completely not looking at them, which I hope is true, which I think a lot of Manchester United fans, the one that have the DNA, the one who have supported for over 20 years, knows that this is how Manchester United should be playing, how Ole wants him to play. So Lukaku doesn't fit into the system. That's it. To me, yes, he is the goal scorer, provided he get the assist. But the problem is he doesn't support, he doesn't assist the build up. He just stand at the top and then just put up his hand. That's all it is. And when he doesn't get the assist, he just do this, right? It's too easy of a game for him now. But the thing is, a lot of fans say, oh, he scored a lot for Belgium, and he's going to score a lot for the Italian in the Italian league. And I tell you, he's going to score a lot. He scores a lot against bottom teams. He scores a lot against bottom teams. He scores a lot against easy teams, and there are a lot of them. He's going to be
a nightmare against defenders in the Italian league. But yeah, I can see maybe he's going to do well in the Italian league. I don't know.
Yeah, he's going to do well. He's going to do well because there are so many bad teams in teams who if they play in EPL, they're going to struggle. So there's so many of those teams that he plays very well because he's bully. He just stands up there and then he just pushes people around. He's very good at that. So he creates the space for himself. But against good defender, he can't do it. Full stop. So that's why to score against Arsenal, to score against Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, he can't do it. He can't do it against the big team. Yes, he scored against PSG, but that's also the brilliance of the passes of the what you call that, the pressing up top, because Rashford pressed up, loses the ball, and he passed to Lukaku. So definitely what I'm going to say is he is definitely going to flourish. Not going to flourish in Manchester United because in EPL it's filled with good teams. Even teams on the 7, 8, 9, 10, they're very good. The West Hams are good, the Evertons are good, the Leicesters are good. So definitely he's going to struggle. He's going to struggle in the EPL. I think this is the good move for him. Personally, for him, let him go. Yeah, because if he stays in Manchester United, he's just gonna be a bench player, and he doesn't want to be a bench player, and he wants to be the star man. He talks about it so much. He talks about Italian football. The thing is, when he opened his mouth, he said that Antonio Conte is the best manager in the world. We know that he lacks judgment. And there's one time Jose Mourinho, he said everyone should work for the manager. He was hinting to players like Pogba. So that's why I don't think Pogba and him are very good mate actually, because he actually I would say bootlicking Jose Mourinho, and also he bootleg. Now he's already starting to bootleg Antonio Conte.
Same thing happened when he wanted Mourinho to get in, so he did. This is his way to get himself around whatever transfer. It's not just subtle, but it's like a straightforward. If you want me, yes, I'm willing to. So whatever it is that you want me to say, I'll just do it.
So it's definitely a Mourinho player, definitely a Conte player, it's definitely an Allegri player. All those defensive managers that we know, he's definitely that player. But to people who want to attack, to people who want to build up play, to people who want to pass it around, mix the passing around, he's not in the plan. He's not in solid plan. So full stop. So he has to go. The question is, how much do you think we should hold up for? He comes in for 75. Inter Milan wants to pay 50. So
okay.
so how much do we want to sell him?
I think
Should we
it
sell him?
doesn't matter which figure that he demanded, but it's not, for me, it's not too low. 50 million is a good figure as long as he gets what he wants, and at the same time Ole gets to really build his squad based on the style of play that he wants, which is really fast paced, the style of play that we really want to see Man United play. So it doesn't matter whether it's 75 million or 50 million. If he agrees on personal terms, and Inter Milan wants him so bad after his good taking the manager, so why not? And then the same thing goes for, let's say, if anybody's willing to pay, whether it's on loan or something, on loan or just on a discount for the service of Alexis Sanchez, I don't mind at all, man, because it gets a huge chunk of the wage scale from the team itself, so it definitely will help. And then that we are getting players who are getting young players who can really grow well, and they will not be demanding too much on the wage in terms of for that in the near future. Maybe after two or three seasons, then they're going to renegotiate depending on the way, depending on the performance that they're having for the next 2 or 3 seasons. So so that's how we should be looking at it. Once you grow out, once you grow bigger than the club, I think that's the time when you really find somebody else to replace. And it's a cycle that we really need to cement. Same thing happened when Fergie during Fergie time. When Sir Alex manages a club, nobody grows bigger than a club. So if you have that kind of persona that's going to jeopardize the direction of the club, that means you should be taking your service somewhere else, and then we can get team players to really play for the team and become legend and so on. So if you look at the class of 92, some of them, they are willing to really put the club in front of them. If you look at the way that Scholes and Gates carried themselves towards the end of their careers, they are just that the one-man team that embodies the way that Man United wants to play. The way that Man United created that kind of football style that most fans love watching them play. So that's what I think.
That's what happened to Beckham. But I sense that there is a dig at Paul Pogba. Do you think Paul Pogba is? I sense a dig at Paul Pogba also. Do you think Paul Pogba is already bigger than the club?
In a way, because for me, there's always a talk when we bought him back from this. We really made him the marquee, the key player. So it's the sense that he's indispensable kind of thing. But the way that he performed and the way that the team plays around him, he's still yet to get that kind of influence that he needs to assert into the team. Mm-hmm. After 3 seasons, I don't see his influence grow bigger yet, but his persona outside of the club, yes, indeed has grown bigger. So that thing, I think, happened after France won the World Cup.
World Cup winner.
Yeah.
The thing about Pogba is, to me, he's really is the best player in our team. So the thing is, do we want to give him the power? Of course, we do not know. We do not know what happened in the dressing room. We do not know whether he is really down tooling for Jose Mourinho is very obvious because he kept lambasting him, but Ole has done nothing but praise him, because even when the team played badly against Huddersfield and Cardiff, Pogba is one of the bright spark. He's trying to make something happen. So definitely, to me, we should not be letting Pogba go. But if he wants to go, again, it's a persona. If he wants to go, you cannot keep that persona. He's going to be very disruptive in the dressing room. So that's why the latest report about him, that he has zero interest to stay in Manchester United. So if that's the case, then let him go. But the thing is, we cannot be cheap with him. It's not going to be 100 million. It's going to be 150 millions. And if we do spend 150 millions, Bruno Fernandes, Rabiot, and one CDM must come in. There
Yeah.
must be three centre midfield. But the thing is, it's going to be very difficult. Our first game in the English Premier
Against
League
Chelsea.
is against Chelsea, and if we change our whole midfield, two of defender and one attacking, it's going to be very, it's not going to be smooth because players doesn't know each other. But
Only-
anyhow, it's not going to happen. Players are not going to know each other because we won a huge tribute. So
Yeah, only he needs to use to the maximum the pre-season to get the right formula before the start of the season. So yeah, we were handed a tough game, other than the Community Shield, in Man City against Liverpool. So we are facing against Chelsea, but Chelsea also they're going to have a new manager because Sarri has already agreed terms with to manage Juventus next season.
yeah, they're going to have their own problem
So-
because they don't have new players at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
because of the ban.
Let's see whether
they have
Ole
Christian
can really
Pulisic.
make full use of the pre-season. Yeah. To
The
find
thing
the-
is
to
now
find
when it
the-
comes to preseason, then there's another fear. Ed Woodward has been very slow. There's not a lot of deals that has been. There's so many deals that are closed. There's only Daniel James. Look at Real Madrid. Real Madrid has 6 players actually today. There's another Japanese, 18 years old Japanese who has just been confirmed. Eden Hazard, Luka Jovic, Rodrigo. Is it Rodrigo?
Adam
Mendy.
Militao.
And then Militao they already strengthened their defense, so they're already 5 up. Adam Militao and Rodrigo is actually from January. There's already been planned the whole way, even before Zidane comes in. But three players has already been done for this transfer window, and we only have Daniel James at 18 million, and Bruno Fernandes has always been close. The thing is about Wan Bisaka also has always been close, but we have not. Nothing has been confirmed, and Wan Bisaka today is flying out to Italy to join the under 21 international games. So meaning he's not going to come back and do all the medical. It's going to be about 2-3 more weeks before we can confirm anything with Wan Bisaka. So the thing is then pre-season, it comes to me, Ed Woodward is so slow at doing the deals. I mean, I defended Ed Woodward for last season when he doesn't want to buy the players for Jose Mourinho because already there's a defender, he bought 2 for him, already he bought Sanchez for him, he's still asking for more. So but this season, if we don't do the deals early, if Ole doesn't get the players early, you can't blame Ole if Chelsea we lose to Chelsea and we lose to Wolf also, because then Ole doesn't get what he wants. So at Woodward you have to be really, really fast. I think we are a lot of fans are getting very, very annoyed. Right? Are you annoyed at Woodward at the moment?
Not just at the moment. I've been annoyed of him since he took over the
6 years ago.
since he took over the responsibility of getting the players. But okay, when talking about Real Madrid now, currently Man United, we don't really have the pull factor, that pulling factor like what Real Madrid have, because number one, Real Madrid has Zinedine Zidane as the manager, so that's one of the biggest pulling factor for you to really sign for Real Madrid. And then at the same time, when you talk about Real Madrid, they are really in the transition period from the worst season ever. They are trophyless this season, so rebuilding with Zinedine Zidane looks really tempting compared to rebuilding with Ole and then playing for Man United, who has struggled, struggled ever since Fergie left. So if you can see the pulling factor, because ever since Fergie left in 2013, Real Madrid has won Champions League 3 times in a row. So yeah, that's the pulling factor of Zidane, So everybody wants to play with him.
The thing with Ed Woodward is he's always looking at the newest shiny toy that everybody wants. The thing is trying to get all those newest. Yes, it's gonna go to Real Madrid, and I'm gonna call bullshit here because we are Manchester United. If you look at all the links, if you look at all the news, it's all about Manchester United. If Real Madrid has already signed 5 players, but actually how many people?
whether the media is trolling us or something like that. It's just
I
creating fake
you
news
see
everywhere as long as it's
the
about Man
thing is
United.
when it comes to Manchester United, there are a lot of clicks. Whenever they put a news up about Manchester United, everybody clicks on it. Nobody clicks on Real Madrid. I mean, not that nobody, but there are less people clicking on Real Madrid. So that's why even if we have only signed one player, we have the lion's share of the news. Every paper is talking about Manchester United because we are the hot stuff. So I'm telling you, we are not the pool. We are the pool because the name Manchester United means to a lot of fans in and around the world. We are the richest club. So that's why if you're telling me that we don't have the pool, yes, we are playing in Europa League, but mind you, there are 6 good teams in the BPL. It's a very challenging league. It's a very, very good league for players to come in and challenge themselves. So if you don't come to Manchester United, if you don't come to a team in EPL and you go to La Liga where there's only 2 teams that play for the title, Atletico Madrid has done it once or twice, but they're not in the fold. So there's only 2 teams. It's like us last time, Manchester Arsenal. That's when there are not enough TV deals. But even the TV deals are all in EPL because you are not challenging yourself to the fullest. It's either Barcelona and Real Madrid each season. It gets boring. German League boring. Paris boring. So
Italian
it's
League boring.
Juventus for so long. Oh my God, Inter Milan, AC Milan, I don't know where they go. So that's why I say Lukaku go there. Yes, go because he's not challenging himself anymore.
He just want the easy way.
He just want the easy way, which is fine. It's a lot of players, it's fine. But I'm telling you, there are a lot of good players who want to challenge themselves, and you must get the one with the right attitude. So Bruno Fernandes, I see, is definitely one of them. That's why we are linked with him so much, and no other teams. I mean, you tell me Tottenham linked to Bruno Fernandes. Tottenham is gonna throw 70 million at player. Full stop. They can't do that. Liverpool maybe, but the whole news is always about Manchester United, right? So when we go to let's talk about Bruno Fernandes now, right? So yeah, for so long he has been linked to us, and it's getting really, really close now. But the thing is, it has been getting really close since last week. It has been more than 5 days. This news comes from Pietro. I can't get his name. Pietro Belzano Prota, AC Milan scout. Now, if you ask what it's got to do with AC Milan, because apparently Bruno Fernandes played in Italy, 3 teams in Italy: Sampdoria, Udinese. He has played for Italy before he moved to Sporting Lisbon. So, and there's a link to Italy, and also reportedly Bruno Fernandes' father is a scout for AC Milan who is scouting Portugal. So if Pietro Belzano Portra, which is very, very close to AC Milan, does have the source, does have his own father as a source, means he's probably tier 1 source that we can really, really trust, and he's really, really close, meaning that Sporting Lisbon, what he said, Sporting Lisbon and Manchester United has already struck a deal. The fee has been confirmed and everything. I don't see Tottenham jumping in at all because they're not gonna put in 70 million, right? But Liverpool maybe. Now it's only down to Bruno Fernandes, and the latest report is Bruno Fernandes. He fancies Manchester United, but the deal is taking so long. Let's confirm it quickly. So I'm sure people want to challenge themselves. Players want to challenge themselves. They will come to Manchester United. Europa League. So what? We have 6 teams fighting for it. So for one season playing in Europa League is fine. You challenge them. You come to Manchester United project. You want to bring Manchester United out. You want a easy way out. You go to Real Madrid, right? So I mean, I'm not saying Real Madrid is not good, but Real Madrid, the league is not as competitive as EPL, and to me that's why a lot of people will watch EPL as opposed to Liga. I mean, how many people in Malaysia actually watches the Liga week in, week out, right? So but the problem with Manchester United is always the media is in and around Manchester United. So you definitely, Pogba, you come in at a very, very high transfer fee. You're going to have a lot of vouchers swinging around you, talking crap about you, talking a good thing about you. That's why there's a lot of heat. Whoever ends up on the hot seat, you see, I can tell you, Real Madrid, if they hire Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, it's going to be the start of the hiring. There's going to make a bit of noise. After that, it's going to be quiet. But Ole Gunnar is being judge every single game, so that is the hot seat of Manchester United, which is fine because that is the challenge. That's a challenge that Bruno Fernandes is wanting to take, and hopefully we can sign pretty soon because he doesn't have any more. He's on holiday. This is the one deal that should be get done by the weekend. Do your thing, Edward. Do your thing. So, anything else you want to add about Bruno Fernandes?
So far, not yet. I think, like you said, everyone is frustrated with Ed Woodward. It's been, it has been too slow, but that's what he has been doing for the past 6 seasons. So I don't know whether we have to bear with him throughout pre-season. I'm not sure, but if anybody who is close to him, please get him
Knock his head.
the notes. And not wait until the start of the season. That's it.
Yeah. The thing
like,
is, I'm
not
afraid.
just us, but get the message across. Just get the message across for Ed to really do his job fast.
I'm afraid what happened last season is going to happen this season again. We are haggling over 5 million, right? We're haggling and haggling and haggling. At the end of the season, we don't get anyone. We only get Fred. We only got Delort, and we got who? Lee Grant. Play what? Nothing. So we only got 3 players last season. But again, that's a Jose Mourinho problem with Ed Woodward. So at the end of the day, do it fast. Do not haggle over 5 million. If you want 5 more million for the player, for the agent, do it. Because what Pietro Belzano Potra says now, it's only they're trying to dish out all the commissions and everything. Get it done. Don't haggle over 5 millions. Don't be a bargain. We have a friend like that.
Don't haggle over 5 millions.
Yeah, we have a friend like that. Okay, so let's talk about Crystal Palace. So I think the latest report, Crystal Palace Sky Sport says Crystal Palace wants nothing below 50 million. I mean, they say nothing below 70 million before, and then now they say nothing below 50 million, which I think it's not crazy. A lot of people are saying that Crystal Palace won Bisaka at 50 million or 60 million is a very, very crazy price. I say Kyle Walker went for 50 million. He is a trusted player, but then again, if it's a 21-year-old player with a lot of potential, they're not going to go cheap. Full stop. That's how the transfer works. They have been trying with 25 millions crap. They have been trying with 40 million crap. I think Ed Woodward is okay. It's okay to pay 50 million, but the thing is, Ed Woodward is always I'm going to pay you 30 million, and then 20 million are add-on. So if he does this, then he get it. If he does this, then you get a certain amount of money, which I think
a lot of add-ons. Yeah. Nowadays, the people they just you can easily tempt players like that based on performance related kind of add-ons. So like I said the other day, when we talk about Bisaka, what the club is trying to do is really haggle over the price for the sake of a player who that we bank on potential rather than proven proven related price tag based on his head. So for me, the other day I talked about if it exceeds 50 million, it's crazy money. So currently, based on the report, Palace is asking close to 50 million, and then we are
nothing below 50 million.
Forward, like the bid that we put is like 40 or 35 million being rejected. I don't see any problem matching the price that Crystal Palace is asking from the first bid at all. So it surprised me. It surprised me. It's like a signal that if you really want, if you know that a lot of clubs will be playing a hard ball against you, why can't you just match it at the get-go and just get the damn boy? So yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna add on.
Easy money. I think if it exceeds 50 million, he'll be like the most expensive youngster in the Premier League ever. So yeah, I don't know whether Man United wants to break even more record. Because
we always break record.
We always break
record. I mean, how much we spent on Rooney? 30 over millions for 18 years old, and well, at that time, 30 millions is breaking record. Benjamin
35 million.
Benjamin Mendy is also 50 millions. What are we talking about breaking record? Like if it's 60 millions, we're breaking record for a teenager. But it's not a teenager, it's a 22 years old boy, 22 years old boy. So 21 years old, young player. Okay, but 21 years old, you can actually go out and work already. So he's not a young boy. He's not 18 years old. He's 21 years old. And Benjamin Mendy, I think the time he came was just about 21, 22. So also for 50 millions, so we are not breaking the record by a lot. But I'm quite sure it's actually about 40 million here. We are willing to pay that money. It's nothing to Manchester United, but it's just that he's haggling on the add-ons, like how much. I mean, I'm sure he wants to pay the add-ons, fine, but Crystal Palace doesn't want add-ons, so you pay me up straight. So that's Ed Woodward for you. That's why we are working very, very slow, because we have all these add-ons here and there. You know, we
Yeah, yeah.
there's a lot of I think there's someone that in Facebook that I always argue with. He say that Manchester United is in debt, and also we do a lot of installment payments. I can tell you that that's the thing with Edward. Edward is a banker. He knows what is installment. He knows that, using that money to invest on something is better than giving other clubs the money straight on.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like, oh, I want installment because I want to keep the money in some trust fund somewhere. Then I pay you slowly so that I can still earn a lot of interest from other places, dividends from other investment. So, but
He
that
gets
thing,
paid out from deal, so yeah.
that thing is killing us, and that's why Glazer loves him so much. Glazer is not going to fire him, no matter what you say. Fire Edward.
They are
Glazer's
businessman first and
businessman
sporting-
first, investment
I don't know,
first.
yeah,
He
businessman.
investment banker. Definitely, he knows what to do. That's why he wants all the add-on, because only I pay you later. So. But that's the problem. We get our player very, very late. We don't get deals signed fast enough, and then other teams swoops in. So let's hope Bruno Fernandes and Wan Bisaka deals.
Yep.
It's getting done. So other news, delete. No news, delete is just waiting for him to confirm. But the latest is PSG is winning the race. I can tell you, if delete goes to PSG, I will lose all respect for delete. If he goes to Barcelona, means he wants to play for his club.
It all depends on the agent, That's how agent. That's how I don't know. In the first place, for me, I was quite surprised that Delete has Mino Raiola as an agent. It's like, of all people, that guy is the agent for Matis Delete. I was
And
like
Pogba.
surprised also, because he's known for his maturity in terms of getting in terms of milking clubs to really pay for his player, and at the same time him getting enough money to retire as much as the player playing football for the rest of his life. So that's the kind of surprise that I when I know that
It's
whether
just
we want to be trapped, because we
the
do have
the
Yeah.
end decision lies at the player. Now the thing is, they're 19 years old. They don't have a lot of experience, and they might make the wrong decision. But I can tell you, if he goes to PSG, it's purely for money. No matter what he says, it's purely for money. That league has no good teams. You don't challenge yourself. Week in, week out, you play very, very good football. And it's easy
Maybe
to
you
play
should
good
be-
for.
you should look at Van Dijk as an example. If he wants to challenge and become the player
Yes.
that Van Dijk is at the moment, I think he should be
And
it's a
PSG 's-
no-brainer just to
and-
win.
and PSG
put
is not
the
going to win the
club on
Champions
your
League.
shoulder, get the club
When
on
you
your
are
shoulder.
when you are in a poor league, you won't have enough training or challenges to get you to be good enough to actually win the Champions League. Full stop. So PSG is not going to win the Champions League. Manchester United have the chance to win Europa League. Okay, but that's why come here, challenge yourself, give us, this is a project. But if it's anything above 236,000 pounds, if he's a good player, fine, you can get that. But if it's anything above for 19 years old, I 300, no way. Above 250, no way. Get Ruben Diaz. It's a very sensible deal. Lozano, it's a very sensible deal. Jadon Sancho is not going to happen. I don't think he wants to come without Champions League. He's going to wait for next year because he's still young. I mean, the league's still young, but he wants to go. So I think that's the news. Harry Maguire. Nothing solid on Harry Maguire yet, but let's hope. To me, whatever. Harry Maguire, Koulibaly, Delete, Ruben Diaz, anyone, I'm happy. Is that so for you? Is that so for
Yeah,
you?
I think for me, just get whoever it is that you think we be getting.
All four
Of-
are
which one?
very, very solid defenders. The thing is just who wants to come the most. If you don't get the league, you get Ruben Diaz. I'm very, very happy because all these players come from a not so good team to Manchester United. They will want to prove themselves on the bigger stage. So any of this CB will be good enough. Alderweireld, not so much because Tottenham is not willing to pay. Again, Tottenham is not even willing to pay Alderweireld the bigger amount of salary. So what Bruno Fernandes? Come on, don't give me that crap. So what happened is any CB will be fine, but Alvaro, if it's additional, just come up to give experience, fine, But don't make Alvaro our big signing, because he's a player that's unwanted in Tottenham. Do not want any players that's unwanted from other team. So full stop. So with Crystal Palace, so with any CB will be fine, but get it done quick. Get it done before July 1st. Actually, even before July 13th is fine, because the preseason starts July 13th. So yeah. Any other things to add on? Any other news that you know?
I don't know. It'll be very interesting because I haven't heard much about Ruben Diaz. Most of the transfer news surrounding Juan Bisaka and also
Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes, and also the but I like to see that sudden. I like to see that particular movement of Ruben Diaz, because the way that he played in the Nations League final. Now I've become one of the admirer the way that he studied the defense for the Portuguese team. So yeah.
Even Hector Maguire is a very, very good
now
player.
Now it's time to get him on a bargain. So yeah.
His release cost is 60 million euro.
I like to hear more about Ruben Diaz being linked.
It's such a common sense signing. Lozano is a very common sense signing because he's a Manchester United fan. Bruno is also a Manchester United fan. It's also a common sense signing if we don't get Aaron Wan-Bissaka, which is fine. So I think at the end of the day, these are the players that we want. It's just go work it out, and we'll go work it out quick, full stop, right? Okay, so if you like what we are doing, we're talking, we're discussing, and if you want to join a discussion, please do join a discussion. Thank you, Najib, for writing support squad. Thank you for supporting our video. You are in KLA, live from KLA, right? So you're just waiting for your sister to fly in. So safe journey wherever you're going. Be a lamb, and help support our little channel. Help us grow. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You have a nice day. Bye. I need to press the end stream. Bye.